Hi, my name is Shanley with DE Systems, and welcome to this overview of the myConferenceSuite registration platform. I'll show you how our system powers seamless event registration using 4 real-world examples. We'll start by walking through the front-end experience, then take a quick look at the back-end setup and reporting tools. Let's get started. Our first example is a simple, streamlined registration form, perfect for events that need quick attendee sign-up. In this example, the organizers have chosen to use the landing page with all the pertinent conference information, including registration fees, registration details, and some other details. They also have a returning registrant button, which means once you've done an initial registration, you would receive a confirmation email with a confirmation key that will allow you access to your registration form where you can make edits or add additional selections. We're going to go ahead and do a new registration. You're going to go ahead and fill in the registrant information based on the mandatory fields that they have here. The next section is registration fees. You'll also note on the right-hand side is a sidebar, which has additional information and a quick reference to those rates. When I go ahead and select if I'm a member, certain fields pop up, or if I select student, different fields will pop up. I'm going to go ahead and select member. I'm going to go ahead and select full registration for the full conference, and a set of fields will appear. If I click on a single day, you will be prompted to select the day, and you will need to fill in these mandatory fields, and we're going to go ahead and click submit. With this event, you'll see how users can easily register, provide essential details, and receive a confirmation. So this is our review page. All looks good. I'm going to hit next, and I'm brought to my payment page. So you'll see here is my payment. Now we do offer coupon codes or discount codes. So if I had a code that would discount this amount, I would add it here. Otherwise, I'm going to select my payment method, whether it be credit card. And in this case, these folks have offered a manual payment option, which is a check. myConferenceSuite integrates with many different payment gateways. Please check with us to be sure if your payment gateway is accepted. Completed my payment, and I am brought to the thank you page. Go ahead and return to my home page, and I'm back at the landing page. I will have received a confirmation email, which we will look at a little bit later. This form is responsive, mobile friendly, and customizable with your event branding. Let's look at another example. This event requires separate pathways for delegates, sponsors, and exhibitors. Let's have a look at their landing page. They have their schedule at a glance, as well as some information from their past events. And on the sidebar here, if I click on View Rates, a pop-up window comes up with the rates for sponsorship, exhibitors, and delegates. I can also click on their event prospectus, which would give me a downloadable version of their brochure. I can also book my hotel and connect with them on social media. We're going to go ahead and click Register. Okay, I'm brought to the registration form. So the first is the registration type. So if I click Sponsorship, it's going to give me a list of sponsorship levels that I can choose from. If I select Exhibitor, it's going to give me a map where I can select my booth location, or I can be a delegate and select my conference registration. Again, I'll want to fill out the mandatory fields for my registrant information, and I'm going to go ahead and click Submit. You'll see that I've been brought to the review page, so I can review my selections. I can also register another in case I'm going to register some of my colleagues under my main registration account. I can go ahead and do that here, or I'm going to go ahead and click Next to the final page. And I'm at the final page, which is the payment page, where I'm going to complete my registration. You'll see my fees are here. Again, there was a coupon code that would give me a discount or a complimentary registration. I would add that here. And again, I would select either my credit card or my manual. Click Next. And that should finalize my registration and send me a confirmation email, which we'll have a look at next.
After a successful registration, myConferenceSuite automatically sends a customizable confirmation email to the registrant. In this example here, you can see that these emails can be fully customized based on the registration type the user selected. Whether they are a delegate, sponsor, speaker, or exhibitor, the content of the email can be tailored to match their specific experience. Confirmation emails include key details such as a recap of selected sessions, payment summaries, and invoices, ensuring the registrant has everything they need right in their inbox. So you'll see with this confirmation email, we've added their logo. It's customizable to me. It's got my confirmation key, which would allow me to return to my registration. In this, they've added some hyperlinks to their website, some social media, a link to their hotel reservations. You can see there's a copy of my invoice here that is downloadable, as well as a copy of my registration collections. Okay. Now let's have a look at the back end where we create these emails. So we're here in the back end and you'll see the navigation bar on the left-hand side. We're going to go ahead and click email and list of messages, and we're brought to a sub-menu over here, and the top selection is confirmations. So you'll see in this event, there is registrant confirmation for the main registrant. There's also confirmation for additional registrants. So if you recall, when we were able to add another registrant, either under a group registration or as an exhibitor getting additional registration complimentary based on their sponsorship level, they have another email here specific to them, and then there is a confirmation email for sponsorship. So these are all customizable and will be triggered by the registration type that they select, and that's the email that they will be sent. So let's just go ahead and have a look at the registrant confirmation. We'll go ahead and click edit. We'll go ahead and hit English. This event is only in English. If it was in French, there would be a French button as well, so we can edit in both languages. And the system would be able to send emails in either language based on the language that they filled out the form in. So if I filled out my form in French, the system would send me a French confirmation email. Okay. So in this one, you can see they've added their logo, thank you, and then here is some coding that's going to add their personalized confirmation key, and they've got just some regular information here, and you'll see that an invoice and the PDF would be attached to that. So we'll go ahead and go back here. So you can see organizers can easily modify email templates in the back end to add event branding, important instructions, or personalized information. In addition to confirmation emails, myConferenceSuite includes a powerful mailer feature. So we're going to go ahead and click on the mailers. The mailer allows organizers to create and send custom emails to specific groups of registrants, filtered by registration type, payment status, session selection, or any other data point collected during registration. So you can see here, they have registration is open, there's a thank you email, there's an incomplete registration email. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the incomplete registration. This is a templated email that we create for folks. So anyone who is in that incomplete, meaning they did not complete the registration for some reason, we can go ahead and email all of those people and tell them to click here, which will bring them back to their registration page and ask them to make it complete or complete payment if that's the issue there. With customizable confirmation emails and flexible mailer tools, myConferenceSuite helps you deliver timely, personalized communication throughout every stage of your event. Okay, we're going to go ahead and look at another front-end registration. This one has a microsite, which is basically a website dedicated to the conference registration. These folks have chosen a quick link to the registration, a program brochure page where I can download their brochure, the sponsorship opportunities page with a downloadable prospectus, as well as a list here of all the things I get for each level of sponsorship if I wish to purchase. Okay. There is a page dedicated to the hotel information, a quick link to their website, and a contact page. Again, on the sidebar here, we've added an image, a theme image for their event. This is a prevention, treatment, and recovery conference, and there's some contact info and again, quick links to their location and hotel. So let's go ahead and look at this registration form. So this registration form takes things a step further with the microsite that integrates registration, event details, and sponsor visibility all in one place. So we can go ahead and enter our contact information. There's emergency information. And we're going to go ahead down here and look at the registration options. This is where our conditional logic really kicks in. So let's go ahead and select exhibitor sponsor. And you'll see it's going to pop up all these additional fields and values here. So if I want to look at the platinum sponsor for $5,000, I'm just going to click on the details, and those same sets of criteria will pop up here in a pop-up window. So it's telling me what I get if I purchase a platinum sponsorship. Okay, so I can go ahead and click that if I like. Included in my platinum would have been 5 additional conference registrations. So I can go ahead now and add those attendees, and they will be listed under my main sponsorship, and they will be complimentary because I was able to receive 5 complimentary registrations. So let's go ahead and now select general registrant. Okay, so it pops up a new set of fields, and I'm going to go ahead and click full conference. It's pre-selected the dates for me with a bunch of other fields I need to fill out. We're going to just select Sunday only. Actually, let's select Monday only. So it's pre-selected my Monday. It wants me to select my t-shirt size. There's a few other optional questions here that I can go ahead and add my selections. Okay, licensure. Okay. And then I get to the activities. There's an evening activity, so it'd like me to select that. There is a fee associated with that, so I'm going to opt out of that one. And then this event has session selections that they'd like you to make at your registration. So I can go ahead and look at the name of this session, and I want to know more information. I can click on the little eye, and a pop-up is going to appear with the session details. Okay. These folks also have a capacity set to each of these sessions, so you'll see this one is grayed out because it is already at capacity. This is also customizable. It could disappear. You could have a different symbol. Totally customizable for you. So I'm going to go ahead and make this selection here. If I want to change my selection, there's an easy, clear selection button here. I'm going to go ahead and pick my afternoon selection. You'll see that there's some are sold out. I'm going to go ahead and agree to the terms and conditions. These are also customizable for you and your organization, and I'm going to go ahead and click submit. Once again, I'm brought to the review page to review my selections. If I feel like I want to make a change here, I'm able to go back a page to make different selections. And I'm going to go ahead and go to the payment page, which again, I have an opportunity to use a discount code to discount my fees or make it complimentary. Again, using a credit card, and that again connects with your payment gateway. Okay. So this microsite creates a professional branded event hub while streamlining the registration journey for both delegates and sponsors, allowing registration for sponsor or exhibitor sales, as well as attendee registration. Okay, we're going to have one final look at a front-end registration form, a very complex form that does have a microsite. So as you'll see here are the navigation tabs, and there is a lot of content and a lot of detail, including a video that we've added with a message from the president. Okay, there's all kinds of information here, including a list of sponsors, and if I go ahead and click, that's going to bring me to their website on the logo there. Okay, so let's have a look at some of these tabs. So again, there's a quick link to the registration form. Let's go ahead and look at the program. This site has a list of programs, speakers, sponsors, so we're going to have a look at those pages and how they integrate from the back end of myConferenceSuite. So in the program page here, there is a downloadable program at a glance. There's information on their social events. And then we have the confirmed sessions down here. So this event is available in person, in virtual, and there are also online posters that we can view. Okay, so we're going to have a look at the in-person. You'll see here listed by date, so I can toggle through the dates here. There are also, so the name of the event, you can go ahead and look at the location. There is the date and time, which is also, I'm able to click to add it to my calendar, either Outlook or Google. And if I want to have a summary of this event, I can go ahead and click that, and a pop-up will come up telling me the information on that session. Let's go over here. We'll see you can also add sponsors. You can add tags or filters. Sponsors are here. These are my speakers. If I go ahead and click on the speaker, their headshot will pop up as well as their bio. Okay, and you'll see that that is their entire schedule that they have for in-person. Let's have a look at virtual. So you see these folks also had a virtual event posted on our virtual portal. Let's go ahead and look at the speaker page. So you were able to toggle to the speaker from the program page, and now we have a dedicated page to the speakers listed alphabetically. If I go ahead and click on their name, it's going to pop up their biography and headshot for me to have a look at as well. As well is the sponsor listing. So this is a bit more detailed sponsor page. So their sponsorship was completed before opening registration. So we have a quick link description. I can go to their website and I can read a brief description of all of these sponsors that have already confirmed for this event. They have an FAQ page, which in this case they've chosen a fold down, so I can click on it and it will give me that information. Again, all customizable in the color palette of the branding of the event. These folks have a travel and venue page with some great images. And there also is a login to our virtual platform that they've added on here. And we can refer to our virtual portal tutorials in another video. We're now going to take a look at the back end of myConferenceSuite and the admin event dashboard. This area includes powerful tools for reporting and invoicing, registration records, and badge printing. If you're an event organizer running multiple events, this is the first screen you'll see when you log in. Here you'll see a list of all of your projects, and by clicking on this toggle, you can also view past events. So you'll see that this is the current project, and if I go ahead and click on the inactive project, it's going to bring up all the past projects for this client. I'll show you another example here. This has been toggled, so you'll see for this client MPI, Ottawa, you'll see all of their events are listed. And I can go into any of those and look at any of the reporting or any of that data. You can also see registration numbers at a glance and access key reports instantly through quick links. So you'll see we've got 398 active, 35 incompletes, and 12 canceled in this project. And then there's quick links to the project reports and revenue reports. We're going to go ahead and just click right into the main dashboard of this project. And we're brought to the registration dashboard. Okay, let's take a closer look at this event dashboard for a typical event. Here you'll see a quick visual snapshot of registrations by date, along with the totals for confirmed, incomplete, and canceled registrations. If this is a paid event, the revenue summary will be displayed below in this same sort of graph, giving you an instant view of your event's financial performance. So if I wanted to go in and look at all these registrants, I could just go ahead and click View All. Or on the navigation bar on the left-hand side here, we are brought to the dashboard under the registration header. If we go ahead and click on the registrants, it's going to give us that list of active, incomplete, canceled. It's also where I can add a new registrant from the back end. So let's go ahead and click on Active. Within the registration records, you can view and manage all the details for any attendee. So we'll pull up my record here. You'll see that there is an ID number when I created this registration, when I last updated it, my confirmation key, if I'm part of a group, my registration type, which is attendee, my payment method, mine was complimentary, so it's not set. So let's go ahead and have a look at this here. So this gives us a bunch of different quick options. We can go in and view and edit that record. We can have a quick look at the invoice. We can have a link to the form page so I can go back and make any changes. I can send a quick email to this registrant. Okay, I can look at the log, I can cancel, I can look at the QR code as well. So let's go ahead and look right into that registration record by clicking View Edit. Okay. On the right side of the registration record, you'll see key details such as the registration status. From here, you can easily modify their status, resend confirmation emails, or generate a direct link back to the specific page on the front end form. So you'll see here that I am complete. Here's my confirmation ID, my confirmation key, my registration date. If I wanted to resend a confirmation email, maybe someone received it, I can go ahead and click send an email. It's going to ask me which email I'd like to send, just a registration confirmation, or was it a sponsorship confirmation? I can also go ahead and download the invoice as well as the review page. And then there's register links down here. So if someone had an incomplete registration and you needed them to go back in and make payment or complete workshop selections, you can go ahead and send that link directly by copying the link here or going ahead to click on here, and it's going to open up my form page. That's the front end form. So I could go ahead and make adjustments on that. So you'll see here is my information there. I can go back and do anything for that record if I needed to. You'll see here on the top center are a few other tabs. So details, this is the details of my form. So it's the back-end version. So it's not fancy, it's just the fields and the required data. I'm able to go in here as an admin and make any kind of changes to the back end of this record. The next button is the history tab. So this is a great snapshot of how the user has interacted with our system. So you'll see all of these dates, and I'm an admin, so I've been in here a lot, but it will go in and tell you what the person has done, or if an admin has been into that record, it'll also tell you who did what and payment information. So this is a really important and really cool feature in that it's going to produce the invoice. So we can go in here and have a look at what this person paid, if anything, and we're able to modify that right here in the back end. So I can go ahead and click Edit Invoice, and it's going to allow me to make changes within this invoice. So I was set at complimentary. I could go ahead and change it to an amount owing. I can go ahead and add a discount coupon. So you're able to do anything within there. You can make this a PDF, download it and send. You can edit the taxes. You can recalculate or adjust the invoice, apply a coupon. So there's a lot of details you can do in this area. The last button on the top center is going to be the badge. So this is going to let me know what my registered badge looks like. So this is my badge here, and I can go ahead and quickly print off that single registration badge. If there was an error in my name, perhaps I was in the details area and changed my spelling, now I can go in here and do a quick print of that badge. Let's go ahead and have a look at some more details on badge printing. So there is a section called badge printing on the navigation bar on the left-hand side. I'm going to go ahead and click that, and I'm going to click on the dashboard. You'll see that we've set up 3 different kinds of badges: speaker, delegate, and a speaker blank badge. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and click on the badges. This badge print hasn't happened yet, so you'll see it shows me that there are 397 unprinted badges. I'm going to go ahead and click on that, and it's going to bring me a list of all the folks. And so I can go ahead and print and edit one at a time, or I can print in bulk. Let's look at a printed badge. So we're going to go ahead and have a look at my record. If I had an error in my spelling of my name, I could go in here quickly and make that edit, or I can go ahead and print it, or since I was testing this, I could go ahead and set it to unprint so that it could be printed in the bulk print. So I'm going to go ahead and just select the badge type. I'm going to select speaker. Okay. And it's going to populate that same badge we saw on that last screen right here, and I'm able to go ahead and print that. Let's have a look at a couple of other things in this badge area. Let's look at the badge design area. So we're able to customize your badge with logos, colors, fonts, and any fields that you would like to have on that badge. You can also create custom lists. So if you wanted to print speaker badges or exhibitor badges, we could go ahead and do that based on this registration list builder. Okay, so let's have a look at this layout. Here it is. So we've set these folks up. They'll be using some Avery pull-apart paper badges, and you'll see that they've got 6 per page here. So we've set that up for them. They've added their personalized QR code for lead retrieval and contact sharing. So you'll see that that's all ready to go. And if you were doing your printing elsewhere or sending it off to a printing company, there is an export button here which you will generate your list and all the data associated with it. So here, name, organization, and the QR code. You can export this and send it off to a printer to print badges with a printing company. Okay, so that's a great overview of our badge module. We do offer hardware rentals as well. So if you're in need of a color printer, we also offer staff support on site for badge printing and registration. So please check in with our support services to get more details on that. So let's go ahead and have a look at some of the reporting areas in the back end of myConferenceSuite. So you'll see that I'm back at my registration dashboard, and I'm gonna go ahead and look at the reporting session. So I'm gonna go click on reports, and I'm gonna click on project reports. So again, we're brought to this nice graph bar with registrations by date, okay? And any question or custom field created on the front-end registration form can be reported on here, okay? So for example, on this form, we asked, are you an MPI member? So we can go ahead and click on that, and it's gonna produce a pie chart right here that tells us that 20 people said yes, and 3 people said no. So let's say we wanted to report on the no's, so we can go ahead and click on that pie, and it's going to create a table down here that tells you the folks that are not registered at MPI. I can go ahead and select the fields that I want to see here, and maybe I just want names and are you an MPI member or not? So I've got that here, and now I can go ahead and export that. So I can choose to show or hide specific fields and export the report. It's really simple. It just generates with one click into an Excel file. The reporting interface works consistently across all areas of the registration platform, whether you're reviewing registration data or any of the custom reports. You'll always have access to graphical summaries along with the underlying data for deeper insights. The financial reporting interface works much in the same way. So we're going to go ahead and click on revenue reports here. And myConferenceSuite integrates with most major payment gateways, allowing you to process payments securely and deposit funds directly into your bank account. You can choose which payment method to offer and configure tax rules based on either the registrar's location for virtual events or the host province for in-person events. Let's have a look at some of the financial settings. So we're going to go back up to the project here and go to finance settings. You'll see you're set up here with some sub-menu navigation tools. So the payment gateway, as I said earlier, myConferenceSuite can integrate with most payment gateways, allowing you to process your payments securely and deposit funds directly into your bank account. Payment method, so you can go ahead and select which type of payment methods you're going to have, what kind of credit cards, if you're going to have manual payments. Your tax settings are here, so that can be based, as I said earlier, based on the registration's location or where the event will take place. Discounts, so we can set up discount codes. They can be any word or any combination of words, numbers, and symbols that can discount your event 100% or by a dollar value. There's also an invoice settings place. So when we were looking at the invoice earlier, you'll notice it had its own logo. So that is also customizable. We can upload any logo. You can also add any details into that invoice. In this case, they've added the name of the event and the date. Okay. So that's a quick look at our revenue generating reports and our financial settings within the backend of myConferenceSuite.